But for those of you who don't, my name is Chang, and I've been a member of Kenilworth Church for as long as I can remember. Now, I actually didn't know I was going to come up here and talk to about 2 days ago. And I think that's partly because initially I didn't want to talk today. And it's not because I didn't want to talk about the church and the ministries and all the wonderful opportunities this church has. But I came to the conclusion that no matter what I say, no matter who I think, I won't do this church justice. So then why am I up here? I guess I'm up here because if I could talk about one thing today that this church has shown and taught me, it would be faith. Now, faith is often associated with religion, and that's not entirely unjustified because religion has sort of given birth to this modern idea of what faith is. And I think it's important to talk about it today. But I also think it's important to acknowledge that there are two very, very important types of faith. They're not exclusive, but they're certainly not the same. The first type of faith is faith in God. And that's what most people associate with religion because it's what religion is all about, and faith has a lot of stake in religion. When people think about God, they think about faith in God, and they think about God as this safety net, or this person that will catch them if they fall, or someone who will carry you along the beach when things are hard. But that's not how I see him. And that's not because I don't think he will catch me, or because I don't think I need him to catch me. But it's because I picture him more, I picture my relationship with him more as a relationship between an orchestra member and a conductor. Now, I've had some experience conducting, and actually, in about 2 hours, I have to shoot off from here to the Scopely Library to conduct the Haydn Cello Concerto. But I didn't bring that up just to promote my concert. But you're all welcome to come. 4 o'clock. I bring it up because when I'm conducting, I'm the only one that can hear everything, that can see the big picture, that has a score in front of them, and can see everything. They can't see the big picture, every one of those musicians, because of their location and their perspective. So when I'm up there, and I'm pointing and waving my arms, I'm not trying to look awesome. I'm not just trying to look awesome. Really what I'm trying to do is put every musician in the best place for them to be successful and to lead them in the right direction. I want to set them up for success. Because I know that when I play in an orchestra, I actually take a suit. So when I'm sitting in the orchestra, I sit next to a clarinet and a suit, and that's all I can hear. Sometimes I can hear the trumpets behind me trying to break my eardrums, but other than that, that's all I can hear out of a 110-piece orchestra. But I look up at the conductor, and I have faith that he is setting me up for success when he tells me to play quieter, a little louder, and he's leading me in the right direction. And I think this is the same faith we have with God. Of course, with us, we can only know the stuff that's happened in the past. We have some memories, and maybe we plan a few weeks in the future, and if you're me, a few days, which is why I wrote this speech last night. But God is the conductor, and he can see all. He can see the big picture, and I have faith that he will lead me to success and lead me in the right direction. Case in point, freshman year, I was forced to go on the church choir retreat, and I really did not want to go. I distinctly remember dragging my suitcase out from our house to the car, and I really, really did not want to go. And I was trying to think of every way I could to get out of it. I briefly considered using the library card in my pocket to slash my parents' tires so they couldn't drive me to church. But I didn't, and God led me to where I needed to go. And because I joined the choir, because I went on that retreat, I developed a passion for music and arranging and composition. And as maybe some of you know, I'm actually going to Northwestern next year as a dual degree. And one of those degrees is going to be in music composition. Now, I never would have gone there if I hadn't gone on that church retreat. God made sure I was where I needed to be and I was going in the right direction. And he made sure I had nothing sharper than a library card in my pocket. And now, what I consider to be one of the biggest parts of my life, I never would have tapped into without God leading me where I needed to go. No one could have known that I would develop a passion for composition, including myself. And that's why I never could have gotten here by myself. Now, I mentioned before I wanted to talk about 2 types of faith. This first type of faith, faith in God, actually helped me to find the second type of faith. faith that is equally important, but somehow incredibly different. One of my friends, she always tells me that I start half my sentences with, "My dad always says." Most of you know I don't talk to you enough for this to annoy you, but my dad always says, "I have faith in you." I say it too now, my friends notice, good or bad. But not faith in God, faith in you, faith in another person, faith in another human being. And that faith is just important. Freshman year, again, Lisa Bond suggested that I, a 14-year-old kid who has no experience arranging, composing, or any sort of thing like that, and very little experience in a choir, she had me arrange a piece. That's faith. She had faith, a kid with a passion for music. She had faith that I could do more. And for that, I'm forever grateful and her dad. She had faith in me, 100%. She believed that I could take what I have as a passion of music and some piano training and bassoon training and turn it into an incredible arrangement. And she was 100% wrong. That was a bad arrangement. And yet, I never want to forget it, no matter how much I beg my dad to take the video off YouTube. Lisa deserves a medal for this faith. This is incredible. But you know what? She also deserves a trophy. And every little league soccer player knows that a trophy is better than a medal. And she deserves a trophy. Because not only did she believe in me freshman year, past that terrible arrangement, she had faith in me for the next 4 years. All the way through bombastic conducting and terrible arrangements and just bad stuff. And she had faith in me all the way through last summer, when me, as a 17-year-old kid, asked her to write and perform a piece during a liturgical service that would consist of a youth choir, an adult choir, a 20-person bell choir, a pianist, strings, brass, organ, and a pianist. That's faith. That's a lot of instruments. For that, she deserves a trophy. And for that, I'm eternally grateful and in awe of her, because that takes guts. That was actually one of the pieces that got me into Northwestern. So why am I up here speaking? I guess maybe it's not really to talk about faith, although I did spend a while talking about it. I think really why I'm up here is to say thank you. Thank you to the choir community who takes an hour every Sunday to sing and praise the Lord, and who eventually recorded one of the pieces that got me into Northwestern. A place where I found some incredible leaders, got to learn to be a leader, and met some of the best friends. I want to thank the music ministry for giving me the opportunity to play and perform some of my pieces, and I know I've talked to other churches, a lot of places wouldn't let me do that. I want to thank John Brown for being an incredible organist and just an incredible person. Tamara Consor for being an incredible singer, soloist, which we just heard him, and friend. I want to thank the adult bell choir for promising to storm the Northwestern admissions office and beat them with their bells if I didn't get it. And I want to thank the congregation for being incredibly supportive and incredibly conducive for me to grow musically, spiritually, emotionally over the course of the past 4 years, and for just being an incredible and accepting congregation. And I want to thank Lisa Bond for having faith in me through bad arrangements, unnecessary glissandos, and excessive percussion, and believing in me and giving me the opportunity to become who I am today. So I guess this is why I'm standing up here, to thank all of you. If you ever need someone to play piano for your party, or compose for your wedding, or pump out a speech the night before, of course I'm willing and I will always be open to that, because I am forever in all of your debt. And since I know none of you will take me up on any of those offers, although I do insist you try, I guess